Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. We're having today, guys, is something a little bit different. I wanted to incorporate more of these kind of rant videos into my channel, just where I come up with a topic and just have a small discussion about it for 5 or 10 minutes. And I thought a good topic would be, things when you go to a concert that kind of annoy you or kind of can ruin the show, or just things you hate about when you go to a metal show. It's one of my favorite things to do. I don't go quite as much as I used to. I'm a little bit older now, and I just don't. I'm not into moshing anymore, and I just don't go as much as quite as I used to. But there's things when you do go that can just be annoying and kind of ruin the experience for you. It's one of my favorite things to do, but I figured what better list to start off this kind of rant series than this. So I came up with five kind of like categories, I guess you could call them, that I hate that occur when you go to a metal show. And nine times out of 10, when I go to shows, none of these things will ever happen. So I always have a good time, enjoy the music live. That's what I'm there to see. And there are things that can happen that kind of ruin that experience and bring it down a bit. You pay good money to buy these tickets, and then something happens there that just ruins it for you. So number five, these aren't in any kind of particular order, but number five is just the general cost of the experience. So ticket sales are through the roof compared to how they used to be. I know inflation's obviously a thing, but ticket sales are really, really high. If you want to see a big name band in a stadium show, like Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Metallica, whatever, you're going to spend at least $100 a ticket, or probably more, like a couple $100. And that won't even be like really good seating. If you want to get really good seats, like, for example, Iron Maiden, you have to join their fan club, even briefly if you're not already a member, and that costs like $50. And then on top of that, you have to spend whatever the money is to get the first couple of rows by the stage, or if you want really good seats. If you don't do those things, you're gonna end up the nosebleeds are way up where you can't see anything anyways. So it's no point of even going. So the cost of the tickets is one thing, is just crazy high. Concessions are crazy. I've seen me go to a stadium show and they're trying to charge me like $20 for a tall boy of beer, and it's just ridiculous. Like, there's no reason for it to be that high. Like a hot dog or something stupid like a hot dog is like $10. Like, it's just ridiculous to what they charge. And then on top of that, the commuting to the venue. Half the time, if it's a big stadium, you're paying sometimes $30 to $50 for parking. If you commute on the subway and buses or whatever, you're always stuck in traffic and you end up missing the show. But that's not really a cost, I guess. But t-shirt sales. You want to buy a t-shirt from your favorite band, they're not like 20 or $25 like they used to be, unless you go to like a small club show. If you go to a fairly big, mid to high level tier band, you're paying $50 or $60 for a plain t-shirt now. Just the cost of it's through the roof compared to how it used to be, and that's kind of more of a generic kind of category. Number four, I guess I'll put it number four, is the physical surrounding at which the concert takes place. So examples of this would be like your comfort level while watching the show. So for example, if you're in a small club that's meant to have like a 200 capacity, and the club oversells it and has like 300 people in there, then you're squished like this the whole time. You can't even breathe, you can't move, it's hot as hell, and you just can't enjoy yourself because they oversold the venue. And it's just too packed and too crunched. And along the same lines of physical comfort at a venue, if you go to one of those places that's overpacked and has too many people and it's hot as hell, like the place doesn't have proper ventilation or even air conditioning at all, and it's just super hot, and it's like over 100 degrees Fahrenheit with the heat. And honestly, there's been times where it's so hot in there, because I do have asthma, I have to leave because I can't breathe. It's just so hot. So yeah, places that aren't ventilated properly, don't have air conditioning, and things like that. The physical comfort at a show can easily ruin the night, and I just hate when venues, don't have air conditioning or they overpack a show and just make it uncomfortable for everybody. Number three, I'm going to go with the people around you. So this could be when you're sitting in a seated venue, and the people beside you are just talking on their phone. They're talking to their friend, but nothing to do with the show at all, just talking about nonsense. Or They're screaming at their friend and you can't even hear the music. They're snapping pictures and being annoying, taking selfies every 2 seconds. I don't know, just people around you can just damper the thing. If you get the people who are there that are drunk out of their mind, I don't mind having a couple of drinks, or I don't have anything against people drinking at shows or smoking a little weed. But when it gets to the point where you're so intoxicated you can barely stand up, you're bumping into people, knocking people over, trying to have a good time, spilling your beer on on their head and on their clothes. Like, people pay good money for these tickets, and you're just ruining it for them. I think when people get to the point where they're really drunk, they should just be taken out of the show, in my opinion. They shouldn't be allowed to get to that point. I'm the type who doesn't really drink at shows. I like to be completely sober and just enjoy the music. That's what I paid my money to see. So I don't want to be drunk, and it's not my thing. I'm there to see the music and just enjoy the show. So, yeah, so the people around you, it can just be annoying. Number two, number two, I'm gonna say the sound quality. So this can be, for example, if you're in a small club and this is whoever set up the technician who set up the sound, or at the sound bar mixing the sound, either doesn't know what they're doing, or it just sounds like shit. You pay good money to see one of your favorite bands, and it just sounds like a muffled mess or a wall of noise. You can't hear the guitarist or the voice at all, or vocals at all. It just sounds like a muffled wall of noise. And with technology the way it is, and how many years these people have experience setting up these shows, you think by now they would have figured this shit out and made the best sound quality they can based on what they're given in the circumstances. And I know part of it is to blame if you're in a poor venue that has like poor acoustics in general. That's one thing, you can't control that. Or you're in an outdoors festival where it's a big field, or like an amphitheater where it's open. It's only going to sound so good. But if you're in like a smaller building or like a small venue, and you can tell it's the people setting up the sound that fuck it up, because you'll have 3 or 4 bands on a bill, and the first 2 bands will sound amazing, good production, good mix and everything, and then another band will come on and it just sounds like shit. Like, it's the people who set it up that mess it up. And again, you're there to enjoy the music, and when it just sounds like crap, it really kills the experience. And for number 1, I'm going to have to say, it kind of goes along with the people around you thing, but it's the people who just record the entire concert, and they're just watching the concert through their phone, holding up their phone like this the whole time, recording it. I'm like, why are you doing that? Live in the moment. Don't record it. You're never going to watch that video again later. Like, I don't understand why people do that. Sure, take a clip for 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever, of one of the songs. That's fine. We want a memory, or to show a buddy later. Snap a couple quick pictures. I think that's great. But the people who are just constantly just recording the show, the entire concert, like, why did you pay all that money just to watch it through your phone? Just put your phone down, watch the show, take a couple pictures if you want. It's not to say that that's wrong if that's what people want to do, but I just find it annoying. Like, just because it's not what I want to do, it doesn't mean that they should be able to do it. I'm not trying to tell people what they should or shouldn't do, but I just find it annoying why people pay all that money just to watch it through their phone. And 9 times out of 10, I guarantee those people never watch those videos again after that. They might show it to their buddies or whatever one or twice, and then it's just some video on their phone that they never look at again. So that's it for me, guys. Those are kind of the things that bother me when I go to metal shows. Let me know down below your experiences and things that have happened to you. And I'll definitely incorporate more of these shows into the channel. Maybe give me some ideas down below. And thanks for watching, guys. Keep it metal.